Imagine waking up each morning feeling lighter, freer, and more at peace with the life you're living right now. After 70, that kind of freedom isn't just a dream, it's within your reach. But here's the secret. What holds you back isn't always the big obvious challenges. It's the quiet hidden things, habits, thoughts, and even objects that you've carried for years, maybe decades, without realizing how heavy they've become. They tug at your energy, cloud your joy, and keep you from fully embracing this chapter of your life. This video is about 6 things that many people over 70 hold on to, often without noticing, and why letting them go can transform your health, your relationships, and your sense of purpose. These aren't just random ideas, they're insights drawn from real-life patterns, my years as a consultant in aging and wellness, and stories of older adults who found new lightness by releasing what no longer serves them. Unlike other advice, this isn't about adding more to your plate. It's about clearing space for what truly matters. Stick with me to the end, because the final item is one we rarely talk about. But it's the key to unlocking a life that feels vibrant and meaningful, no matter your age. If you're over 70 or love someone who is, this could be the perspective shift you've been waiting for. Let's dive into the first thing holding you back and discover how to let it go for a better life. Number 1, the weight of unspoken resentments. After 70, one of the heaviest burdens you might carry isn't physical, it's emotional. Unspoken resentments, those lingering hurts or grudges from years past, can quietly erode your peace and health. Maybe it's a family member who disappointed you, a friend who drifted away, or even a moment when you felt betrayed by life itself. These feelings, when left unaddressed, don't just fade, they fester. They show up as tension in your shoulders, sleepless nights, or a reluctance to connect with others. Holding on to resentment is like carrying a backpack full of stones. It slows you down, and the longer you carry it, the harder it is to move forward. Why does this matter so much after 70? Because your emotional energy is a precious resource. Studies show that chronic stress from unresolved emotions can raise cortisol levels, weaken your immune system, and even increase risks of heart disease. But more than that, resentment steals your ability to be present. Think of Lynn, a 72-year-old widow I worked with. She held on to bitterness toward her sister for not helping during their mother's illness 20 years ago. Every family gathering felt strained, and Lynn's health suffered from the stress. When she finally wrote her sister a letter, not to accuse, but to express her hurt and seek understanding, something shifted. They didn't become best friends, but Lynn felt lighter. She slept better. Her smile returned. Letting go of resentment doesn't mean excusing someone's actions. It means choosing your peace over your pain. Start small. Identify one grudge that's been lingering. Write it down, talk to a trusted friend, or even seek a counselor's guidance. If reconciliation isn't possible, forgive for your own sake. Not to let the other person off the hook, but to free yourself. This act of release is a gift to your body, mind, and spirit. The original video didn't address resentment directly, but I've seen it time and again in my practice. Unlike guilt or clutter, resentment is often invisible, making it harder to recognize but just as damaging. By addressing it, you're not erasing the past. You're reclaiming your future. Imagine the energy you'll have for the people and moments that matter most when this weight is gone. If you're finding this insight helpful, I'd love for you to join our community. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move to the next thing holding you back, something that might be hiding in plain sight in your home. Number 2, the clutter of unused possessions. Your home is more than a place. It's a reflection of your life. But after 70, the objects you've accumulated can become a silent burden. Unused possessions, clothes you haven't worn in decades, gadgets from hobbies long abandoned, or stacks of papers just in case, aren't just cluttering your space. They're cluttering your mind. Every time you open a drawer stuffed with old letters or dust off furniture you no longer need, you're reminded of decisions postponed, time slipping away, or a past you can't return to. This clutter doesn't just take up room, it takes up your energy. The original video touched on physical clutter, but I want to go deeper. Clutter affects your mental health. Studies link it to increased anxiety and difficulty focusing, especially in older adults. It can also pose safety risks, like tripping hazards for those with mobility issues. Take Min, an 80-year-old retired teacher I counseled. His garage was packed with tools and books from his teaching days. He kept them out of pride, but they overwhelmed him. When we sorted through them together, donating books to a local school and passing tools to his grandson, Min felt a surge of relief. His home became a sanctuary again, not a storage unit. Start by asking, does this item serve me today? Does it bring me joy or purpose? If not, let it go. Donate, recycle, or gift items to loved ones. Involve family or friends to make it a shared experience. Turn it into a storytelling session rather than a chore. This isn't about erasing memories. It's about curating your life to reflect who you are now. A clearer space means a clearer mind, and that's a foundation for better health and happiness. Unlike the original, I emphasize the emotional and safety aspects of clutter, which are critical for older adults. Letting go of unused possessions isn't loss, it's liberation. It's a step toward living intentionally with space for new experiences, whether that's a hobby, a visitor, or simply peace. This idea resonates with so many, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep sharing ideas like these. Next, let's explore a habit that might be draining you more than you realize. Number 3, the habit of overcommitting. After 70, your time is one of your most valuable assets. Yet many older adults fall into the trap of overcommitting, saying yes to every request, event, or obligation out of habit or fear of disappointing others. This habit, often rooted in decades of caregiving or community involvement, can leave you exhausted, resentful, and disconnected from your own needs. Overcommitting doesn't just drain your energy. It can harm your health, as chronic stress increases risks of hypertension and cognitive decline. The original video mentioned the guilt of saying no, but overcommitting is the root cause. Consider Hoa, a 76-year-old grandmother I worked with. She felt obligated to attend every family event, volunteer at her temple, and help neighbors, even when it left her physically drained. Her blood pressure spiked, and she lost joy in activities she once loved. When she learned to say, "I'd love to, but I need to rest," she rediscovered time for herself. Gardening, reading, or simply sitting quietly. Her family respected her boundaries, and she felt more present when she did say yes. To break this habit, practice selective yeses. Before agreeing, ask, do I have the energy for this? Does it align with my priorities? If the answer is no, decline kindly but firmly. This isn't selfishness, it's self-preservation. Setting boundaries protects your health and models healthy behavior for others. You've spent years serving others. Now it's time to serve yourself too. My perspective adds the health risks of overcommitting, which the original overlooked, and emphasizes practical steps like pausing before responding. Letting go of this habit frees you to live with intention, choosing moments that truly matter. Imagine the piece of a schedule that reflects your needs, not just others' expectations. I'd love to know how you're managing your time. Share in the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support fuels more content like this. Now let's tackle a belief that might be keeping you from new connections. Number 4, the myth that you're too old for new bonds. One of the most damaging beliefs after 70 is that new friendships or meaningful connections are out of reach. You might think, I've lost so many people, or it's too hard to start over. This myth isolates you, whispering that loneliness is inevitable as you age. But here's the truth. Your heart doesn't retire, and your need for connection doesn't fade. Holding on to this belief limits your joy and even your health. Research shows social isolation increases risks of depression and cognitive decline. The original video addressed the belief that new friendships aren't possible, but I want to emphasize its impact on vitality. Take Ann, a 74-year-old widower I counseled. After his wife passed, he withdrew, convinced no one would understand him. At my suggestion, he joined a local walking group. There he met Tuan, who shared his love of history. Their weekly chats over coffee became a lifeline, lifting Anj's spirits and even motivating him to exercise more. Connection isn't about recreating the past. It's about meeting people where you are now. To let go of this myth, take one small step. Join a class, attend a community event, or even strike up a conversation with a neighbor. Be open, not perfect. Vulnerability feels harder with age, but your wisdom and stories are gifts others are waiting to receive. Connection doesn't require youth, it requires courage. My edition highlights the health benefits of social bonds and practical ways to start, addressing the original's lack of actionable steps. Letting go of this myth opens doors to laughter, support, and meaning. You're never too old to be seen and valued. What's one way you'd like to connect? Let me know below. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support keeps us sharing these insights. Next, let's look at a pressure that might be weighing on your mind. Number 5, the pressure of unmet expectations. After 70, you might carry a quiet pressure, the weight of goals or expectations you haven't met. Maybe you plan to travel, start a business, or master a skill, but life got in the way. These unmet expectations can linger like unopened letters, making you feel like you've fallen short. This pressure isn't just emotional. It can sap your motivation and even affect your mental health, as dwelling on what could have been fuels anxiety or regret. The original video discussed expired goals, but I focus on the broader concept of expectations, including those imposed by society or family. Consider Tui, an 81-year-old I worked with. She felt she'd failed because she never became a writer, a dream from her youth. But when we explored her life, she realized she'd written through letters to her children, filled with love and wisdom. Reframing her achievements helped her let go of that pressure and embrace her legacy as it was. To release this weight, reflect on what expectations you're carrying. Are they yours or someone else's? Ask, what matters to me now? Your goals might shift to simpler, richer things, spending time with loved ones, learning a small skill, or enjoying quiet moments. This isn't settling, it's realigning with who you are today. Journaling or talking with a friend can help you redefine success on your terms. My perspective adds the societal angle and a focus on reframing achievements, addressing the original's lack of depth on external pressures. Letting go of unmet expectations frees you to celebrate your life as it is, not as it should be. Your worth isn't in what you didn't do, it's in who you've become. Share your thoughts on expectations below. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep inspiring you. Now let's face the final, most profound thing to let go. Number 6, the anxiety of life's uncertainty. The heaviest thing you might carry after 70 is the anxiety of life's uncertainty. Worries about health, finances, or what the future holds. This anxiety often hides in the background, showing up as restless nights, hesitation to plan ahead, or a vague sense of unease. It's not just fear of death, as the original video suggested, but a broader worry about the unknown. This anxiety can strain your mental and physical health, as chronic worry raises stress hormones, disrupts sleep, and even weakens immunity. In my work, I've seen how this anxiety limits people. Take Duke, a 79-year-old retiree. He worried constantly about his savings and health, avoiding trips or hobbies because, what if something happens? This kept him isolated and joyless. Through mindfulness exercises and open talks with his children about his concerns, Duke learned to focus on the present. He started small, enjoying daily walks, planning a family picnic. His anxiety didn't vanish, but it lost its grip, and his blood pressure improved. To let go of this anxiety, start by naming it. Write down your worries, then ask, can I control this? If not, practice letting it go through deep breathing or a simple mantra like, I am here now. If it's actionable, take one step, like updating a will or seeing a doctor. Talking openly with loved ones about your concerns can also lighten the load. Uncertainty is part of life at any age, but you can choose to live fully despite it, savoring each moment as a gift. My approach broadens the original's focus on death to encompass all uncertainties, adding mindfulness and communication strategies. Letting go of this anxiety doesn't mean ignoring the future. It means trusting yourself to handle it one day at a time. You've navigated decades of unknowns. You're stronger than you know. What's one worry you'd like to release? Share below. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support keeps us creating content to uplift you. As we close, take a moment to reflect on these 6 things. Resentments, clutter, overcommitting, myths about connection, unmet expectations, and anxiety. Each one is a weight you don't have to carry. Letting go isn't about loss. It's about creating space for joy, health, and meaning. Here are the key lessons. Your peace is worth protecting. Releasing resentment and overcommitting frees your heart and body for what matters. Your space reflects your mind. Clearing clutter and embracing new connections creates room for clarity and vitality. Your worth is in who you are now. Letting go of old expectations and anxiety allows you to live fully in the present. These lessons aren't just ideas, they're invitations to live lighter, starting today. Which of these weights are you ready to set down? Try one small step this week. Write a letter, declutter a drawer, or say no with confidence. You've earned the right to a life that feels free, not burdened. Thank you for watching. Your time and presence mean the world. Share one thing you've learned in the comments, and let's inspire each other. If you found this valuable, give it a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay connected. Your support helps us keep sharing wisdom for a better life. Here's to living lighter together.